What's up, YouTube? This is DBZK Krygo, and today I'm bringing you a anime review. So this is my first anime review, so I'm going to explain exactly what this is and my criteria. So I'm going to be examining an anime that I've watched, and I'm going to be giving them every kind of part of it a rating out of 5. And so I have chose the categories. They will be the plot, the music, the characters, the voice acting, and if applicable, action-comedy. Either one, if it's an action show or a comedy, because I've watched both. So for the first anime review that I'm doing, I am choosing to do Death Note, which is one of my favorite animes. So let's start off with the plot. So the plot is that a high schooler named Light Yagami, who is a brilliant genius, he's like the top of his class, he finds this book one day that called the Death Note, which allows him to kill anyone he wants just by writing down their name and having their face in mind. So what happens is, he, along with the Death Note, he encounters a god of death known as a Shinigami named Ryuk. And so Ryuk explains that that the power that with the book he can kill anyone. So that happens. So then, as he keeps killing more and more criminals, the police catch on, and so they hire a world-renowned investigator named L. Now L is like probably the same age as about Light. So, but the whole plot of the show is that it's kind of a back and forth between the two of them because they're both extreme geniuses. So, it follows each one of them trying to outwit each other. And then, so I would give the plot a 5 out of 5, except around episode 25, the plot kind of changes a little bit, and without going into it, because it's kind of spoilery, it definitely gets a little more confusing and changes up. So I'm giving the plot a 4 out of 5. So now I'm going to do the characters. The characters in the show are really what drive it, because it's kind of just, again, it's Light and L, like they're back and forth. They're both brilliant geniuses. They're both amazing characters, and it's also the background characters that make the show great. Light's father is actually the chief of police that is working with L, so that creates a whole problem, but he's also an amazing character. And then there's also a character named Matsuda, who I very much enjoy because he's kind of like the rookie cop, but there are moments when he really shows off how good he can be. So due to the amazingness of all the characters, I give it a 5 out of 5. Now, the music is also great for the show. The two opening theme songs are The World and What's Up People. And they are both pretty different from each other, but they're both very good. The World is kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it's definitely very catchy, and it will get stuck in your head. And What's Up People is kind of strange. You gotta get used to it. There's a lot of shouting, and it's like really metal heavy, but it's still a very good song. So, music is 5 out of 5. And last but not least, the voice acting, which is pretty amazing in the show. I'm not sure the voice actors off the top of my head, but there's really no one too famous in the show, but they still give very good performances. Like Light, I very much enjoy his voice, and L is pretty damn good in this show. So because there's no one really standoutish in this show, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, but the voice acting is still pretty great. So overall, I give Death Note a 18 out of 20. So that wraps up this review. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.